Have you ever wondered how a volcano forms? It all starts deep beneath the Earth's crust in the molten core. The Earth's interior is a hotbed of activity with temperatures so extreme that rocks melt into a thick, gooey substance known as magma. This magma is less dense than the surrounding rocks, and just like a bubble in a glass of champagne, it seeks a way to the surface. Now let's introduce the tectonic plates, the giant puzzle pieces that make up the Earth's surface. These plates are always on the move, albeit at a snail's pace. Sometimes they crash into each other, other times they pull apart. It's at these collision and divergence zones that magma often finds its escape route. As the magma forces its way upwards, it creates a conduit, a sort of magma highway. Over time, as more and more magma pushes to the surface, it begins to pile up, creating a structure that we'll soon recognize as a volcano. Now, not all volcanoes are created equal. There are three main types: shield, cinder-cone, and composite volcanoes. Shield volcanoes, like those in Hawaii, are broad and flat. They're built by the slow accumulation of highly fluid lava. Cinder-cone volcanoes, on the other hand, are built from particles and blobs ejected from a single vent. They're the classic cone-shaped volcanoes you might draw in a geography class. Then there are composite volcanoes, also known as stratovolcanoes. These are the big ones, like Mount Fuji or Mount St. Helens. They're built from alternating layers of lava flows, volcanic ash, cinders, blocks and bombs, and can explode with incredible force. So whether it's a slow and steady shield volcano, a classic cinder cone, or an explosive composite, each volcano starts with a journey from the deepest parts of the Earth to the surface, fueled by heat, pressure, and the ceaseless movement of tectonic plates. So, these are the processes that give birth to the fiery wonders we call volcanoes. Now that we know how volcanoes are born, what happens during their life? Much like living organisms, volcanoes go through various stages of life. They grow, age, and eventually meet their end. But, unlike us, their life stages are categorized into three phases: active, dormant, and extinct. During the active phase, a volcano is very much alive and kicking. It's at this stage that it might frequently erupt, spewing out ash, gas, and molten rock. These eruptions contribute to the growth of the volcano, as the lava cools and solidifies, building up the volcano's structure over time. Next comes the dormant phase. This is a period of inactivity, but it doesn't mean the volcano is dead. It's more like a long nap. The volcano is quiet, but under the surface it's still brimming with life. It's like a sleeping giant who may wake up at any time and prove that it's still got plenty of fire in its belly. Finally, we have the extinct phase. This is when a volcano has been dormant for such a long time that it's unlikely to ever erupt again. It's essentially retired, leaving behind a legacy of its once fiery and turbulent past. So, how do we know if a volcano is active? Well, there are several signs. There could be small earthquakes, an increase in gas emissions, ground deformation, or even a change in the volcano's overall appearance. Scientists keep a close eye on these signs using a variety of monitoring techniques. They use seismographs to track earthquakes, gas detectors to measure emissions, and satellites to observe changes from space. Each piece of data is like a clue, helping to piece together a more complete picture of what's happening beneath the surface. And the more clues scientists can gather, the better they can predict a potential eruption. Understanding these stages helps scientists predict when a volcano might erupt next. The life of a volcano may be long and complex, but with careful monitoring and study, we can gain a better understanding of these magnificent natural phenomena. We've learned about a volcano's birth and life, but what about the most dramatic event, the eruption? When we think of volcanoes, the first thing that often comes to mind is an eruption, a spectacular and often destructive event. But what triggers this fiery spectacle? At its simplest, eruptions occur when the pressure from gases within the magma, which is molten rock beneath the Earth's surface, becomes too great. The magma then forces its way up to the surface, resulting in an eruption. There are different types of volcanic eruptions, and they're not all created equal. Some are explosive, characterized by a violent release of energy that can send ash, lava, and rock hurtling into the sky, much like a champagne bottle being uncorked. Notable examples of explosive eruptions include Mount St. Helens in the United States and Krakatoa in Indonesia. On the other hand, effusive eruptions are less dramatic but no less fascinating. Instead of erupting violently, lava slowly oozes out of the volcano, creating new landscapes as it cools and hardens. The Hawaiian volcanoes are famous for their effusive eruptions. Volcanic eruptions, however, are not just natural fireworks. They can and do have serious impacts. On the environment, eruptions can cause rapid and dramatic changes. The ash and gases released can alter the climate, sometimes causing temporary cooling of the Earth's surface. They can also create fertile soils that support lush ecosystems. On human communities, the impacts can be devastating. Eruptions can destroy homes and infrastructure, disrupt transportation, and even claim lives. Yet humans have a long history of living with volcanoes, drawn by the rich soils and the sheer beauty of these majestic natural features. Despite their potential for destruction, there's no denying the allure of volcanic eruptions. They remind us of the Earth's raw power and its constant evolution. They're a testament to our planet's dynamism, a fascinating show of forces that have been at work for billions of years. Volcanic eruptions, though dangerous, are a fascinating show of Earth's dynamism. So there you have it, a journey from a volcano's birth to its most explosive moments. We've journeyed together from the fiery depths of the Earth, where molten rock coalesces into a burgeoning volcano, to the tranquil life of a volcano, an eerie calm belied by the churning forces within. We've marveled at the breathtaking spectacle of an eruption, a raw display of Earth's power, spewing forth ash, gas, and molten rock. Yet, as awe-inspiring as these eruptions are, they remind us of the importance of studying volcanoes. By understanding their formation, life, and eruptions, we can predict their activities and mitigate their impacts, protecting lives and property. Volcanoes, then, are not just natural wonders, but windows into the workings of our planet. They invite us to delve deeper, to explore further, and to marvel at the complexity of the world around us. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our planet. This is TheTechWild, signing off.